Okay, in number 8, it asks you to describe and correct the error in simplifying the problem. Now, originally I didn't write the not equal sign in red here. Okay, I didn't write that in, but I'm putting in now that this is not true. Okay, so it looks like what they did was, if you want to describe it, what they did is it looks like they just canceled out the x and one of the x's on top. But really, that's a mistake. That is actually, you're not allowed to do that. That's wrong. A lot of you say because you can't, there's a plus sign there, you can't do that. Well, you can divide the x in there, but here's what's going to happen. If you think of it this way instead, 1 over x times x squared plus 1. Okay? In other words, I'm going to have to distribute the dividing by x to both terms in the numerator. Everything in the numerator is divided by x, not just x squared. So that would give you x plus 1 over x. Okay, so if I was writing an answer there, I would explain it as something like this. I would say the person is incorrect because they only divided x into x squared and not into 1 also. That would work. That would be a good explanation. And this could be the simplification. Now some people said, oh no, this is already simplified. And yeah, I would count that as simplified as well. So some people say, I'm not going to divide because it's already simplified. So you could say already simplified. But you can do this. So it could look like that. Okay, number 10 wasn't done very well on the test. And most people, this was the wrong answer they got. Most people did this. Well, if I'm going to flip it to b over a, then just flip that whole thing. And I'll get 1 minus y over x. And that is completely wrong. It is not the same. You could put some numbers in and check. So one of the ways to check it is, okay, what happens if I put x equals 3 and y equals 2? Okay? Well, if I put it in here, a over b will equal 1 minus 3 divided by 2, which is 1/2. Okay? The question is, will that work over here? So, if I do that, I'm going to get b, if you believe that it's b over a, it's going to be 1 minus 2 over 3. But that's 1/3. That's not 1/2. These are not equal. So that was a completely wrong way to do it. So let me erase some of this here. So I erased all that out, and let's see what to do. Well, I'd like to find a common denominator, and I'm going to write a fancy one. Whoops, I'm in the wrong thing. A fancy one. A over b equals y over y minus x over y. Okay, so when I do that, I now have the same denominator, so I can subtract, and a over b equals y minus x over y. Okay. If I flip it, I'll get a over b equals, whoops, I didn't flip it. B over a, the reciprocal, will be y over y minus x. Okay, so what I did is I verified that this seems to work. This seems to work. And here is what happens. If I choose x is 2 and y is 3, and I plug them into here, y goes in here, and x goes in here, it looks like this. You get 1/3. If I put the same values, y in here and here after I flip it, the reciprocal should be 3 over 1. Okay? And I'm going to put a 2 in here. So I put those in, and sure enough, I got 3 over 1. So yes, it's a reciprocal. So there's your answer.